Hi, I'm Justin, and I've been in your shoes. I've invested thousands of dollars generating leads only to find out that almost always the deal numbers just did not align with my low cash offer. But then I discovered the power of creative real estate and everything changed. Hey there, aspiring real estate investors. Are you tired of the same old grind? I sure was. Searching for sellers who are going to be okay with your lowball offer? Well, I've got good news for you. The keys to success in today's market lie in becoming a creative real estate transaction engineer. And guess what? I've developed a free course just to show you exactly how I did it. Just imagine going from making cash offers on ugly homes to doing creative real estate strategies like subject to, wraparounds, seller carryback hybrids, contracts for installments or contract for deed, lease purchases, straight purchase options. That's what being a creative real estate transaction engineer is all about. With over 600 successful wholesale deals under my belt, I'm here to share my insights and empower you to achieve similar levels of success. My students around the world have achieved impeccable results, and I want you to join them. So how can you get started? It's simple. Just visit shutupmoney.com and sign up for my free creative real estate transaction engineer course. In just a few hours, you'll gain the knowledge and tools needed to start implementing these strategies. But wait, there's more. I'll even provide you with all of the necessary paperwork and agreements to get you started. It's all about taking action, really, and saying yes to leads more frequently. It's time to unlock your potential and become a creative real estate transaction engineer. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Start today and embark on a journey where you can confidently write deals whenever you desire or need to. Remember, the world of real estate is evolving, and being a one-trick pony is just a thing of the past. Embrace your creativity and engineer transactions that benefit everyone involved. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you inside the course. Sign up now at shutupmoney.com. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Getting free houses.
That looks good.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm gonna take that.
I'm so glad everybody's having such a good time. It's fun to make money.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm so excited about tonight. Welcome to the live stream, Wednesday night live stream. We're doing this actually live right now in person, like right here in front of you, making it happen. And we're doing that because we're all about helping you get to that next deal or that first deal. That's the Shut Up Money paycheck, the one that tells all the doubts and the fears, the one that tells all the naysayers, hey, listen, shut up, this works. Okay, so we want you to tune in especially to a free course right now that I'm offering. And it is over at shutupmoney.com. You can sign up for it there. There's also a scan thing here if that works for you. I don't know, what do they call it? A QR code, okay? So you can get the free course that way. All right. But in the free course, there is a cheat sheet. There is every strategy that we just mentioned, broken down, examples, paperwork, everything, subject to, wraparounds, installment for deed, seller carryback, the seller carryback subject to hybrid. There's lease purchase in there. There's straight option in there. But tonight, especially tonight, we're coming at you with this information, which is after you get the deal, what are you going to do with the deal? You've got to have an exit strategy. That's right, an exit strategy. What will you do with the property once you get it? I know it seems like it ought to be intuitive. Like everybody ought to just know, oh, hey, this is what I would do if I had a house that was an incredibly good deal. But you know what I find? It's not something that you will just automatically feel like you were born with or that you'll know. Tonight, we're going to break it down. And I've got 16 different, that's right, I didn't stutter. I said 16 different exit strategies that you can tune into once you get a property deal under contract. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Okay, exit strategies. I want to open up the live chat right now. The live chat is, let's just consider it open. All right, so boom, there it is. Why don't you go ahead and say hi to me if you're out there watching? Welcome, thanks for watching tonight. I'm very glad that you're here. I'm sorry if Lou says that the stream is stopping. Hopefully that's not me. It doesn't appear to be on my end. Maybe it is, if more than one person is going to say that. But I'm glad you're here tonight trying to tune in. We're going to talk about exit strategies, but go ahead and say hi to me in the chat. And we're going to make this a very interactive hour. All right. And we really would appreciate it too, I think, everybody, if you would introduce yourself a little bit. Let us know who you are in the chat. And then also, if you've got a exit strategy that you like, that is your favorite, I want you to put that in the chat as well. All right. Again, tonight we're talking about exit strategies. So put in the chat, what is your favorite exit strategy? Introduce yourself. Let us know you're watching, and then let us know what your favorite, or what you think your favorite exit strategy, what your plan exit strategy is going in, because I know we all got a plan. We all got a plan. All right. We all got a plan. We all have some kind of exit strategy in mind, and we're going to get into what they are. I got 16 picked, and there's probably 1,600 exit strategies, but the 16 that I picked, I believe, are the most popular 16 exit strategies for creative real estate investors. We're going to get into that tonight. But I do want to, before we jump into the first one, I want everybody to realize that you can go over to shutupmoney.com and get that transaction engineer course. All right. Absolutely free, 100%. If you've already subscribed, just go to realestatewholesalersclub.com and you can get it there logged in. All right. So there's also a QR code up here if you want to grab the course that way. It comes loaded with the cheat sheets, with everything. This is the real deal kind of course. This is not a light freebie kind of 5-step course. 5 points on a piece of paper or a PDF. Okay. This is a real deal. This has got a lot of information and a lot of paperwork, comes with a lot of agreements. I'm crazy for giving it away. However, I do like to give things away. So I guess I do like to be crazy a little bit. Now go get it while we're kind of lollygagging around. Welcome everybody. Go ahead. Don't forget to say something to me in the chat. We got a good audience watching. Nobody wants to put anything in the chat, so it makes me feel lonely. But if you can put down the cheeseburger or whatever it is you might be working on, because I realize this is almost dinner time probably for a lot of folks. Why don't you go ahead and say something to me in the chat? Give us an interesting fact about your real estate life. That'd be cool. All right. Share with me. Let's share and care tonight. We're going to get into exit strategies. First of all, let me just go ahead and, I got you. What is that? Let me get that off. Oh, woo. Yeah, that's me taking an ice bath for the very first time. I didn't get it down to the low temperature that you want to get it down to, which is like in the 50s, like 55 or 60, I guess is what I've heard. My research is telling me this, but this was the first time. So I got it pretty chilly. It takes a lot of ice to do this. Was not aware of that and kind of freaked out about it. But, there it is, man. There's a little ice floating in there and, hey, I'm just trying to get hard here. I'm trying to come up in my motivation and in my energy level and my physical prowess. I don't even know what that word means. Speaking of physical prowess, hey, why don't you come along and join me? Think about it. You can get one of those. You can get those ice bath tubs off Amazon. Why don't you go ahead and grab one? And you can do this journey with me, okay? You can do this journey with me. We are about to begin the exit strategies. We're going to go through exit strategies here in just a few moments. William Herndon says the exit strategy of his preference right now is assignment. So that would make him a wholesaler, okay? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again? Let me know what your favorite exit strategy is in the chat. And we'll start jumping into these. I have 16 I have 16 that we're going to talk about tonight, exit strategies. Now, this is important because we really need to kind of know what the back door is when we go in the front door, right? That's a good lesson. So remember that. And this also helps you understand why you want to do certain things a certain way on the acquisition side, which we've been dealing with the last several weeks. And now we're talking about the disposition side, or disposing of the property, selling the property, assigning the property in William's case. Okay. All right. So we're about to jump in here real quick before we do. This coming month, I have a workshop that I'm putting on. And you're more than welcome to, if you're in my coaching club, I want you to know you're already paid for. But anybody that's not in the coaching club, you can get a ticket for $79. I'm really going to bring the storm. Okay. I'm going to really show you exactly what it is that I do to get deals every day. All right. Now you say, well, you get a deal every day? Well, let me tell you something. I send out a contract every single day. Yeah. Does it always work out? No, that's true. Not every single contract I send out works out. No, but I do get through to a yes every single day that I work. Yes, that is true. And there is something to be said about the consistency of it, the rhythm of it, the system of it. There is some advanced maneuvers that I am doing that you may or may not be aware of, and I want to share them with you. All right. That's what this is. This is no beginner level stuff. All right. If you're grasping at what is a lease option and how does the math work, then this is just simply not the workshop for you. However, if you are looking to get your advanced maneuvers on, oh yes. Sammy says he likes the wraparound mortgage. Thank you, Sammy. It's good to see Ben. It's good to see William. It's good to see Iron Man Lou here too. And we do have a good number of other folks watching. They just don't want to participate in the chat so far. You guys are wild. We do have a good number of people watching right now. And so let me tell you about my good friend Hugo. He'll be here next week. Next Wednesday, we're doing a Hugo's going to host it. I'll be here, but he'll be here too. And he's going to talk about building your creative real estate website in an hour. Okay. Now he's going to talk about it for an hour, but he's going to demonstrate it for you. And he's going to show you how you can spend an hour and get it done. Okay. All right. So that's what we're doing there. Also, if you're in the club here with me, then you recognize this guy. You guys need to reach out to him, let him know you love him. And he's awesome. He does the Friday session for me at noon Central Time. So he goes live on YouTube a lot on Fridays. This guy here, he hosts for us on Monday in the club. He does a group session for us. This guy here does a group session for us on Thursday. I don't know if anybody recognizes this guy. Yes, it's this guy here. Nobody recognizes him. Oh, God, what happened? Get that off of there. Oh, here he is. There he is. What happened? Oh, I did it again. Oh, there's Brandon Simmons. That's who it is. That's Brandon Simmons. All right. Brandon Simmons. All right. Hey, good to see you, Kenneth. All right. Go get the free stuff. All right. Over at the shutupmoney.com. But let's get right now into the first exit strategy. Are you ready? Are you ready? The first exit strategy is dun, 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 dun. I don't know. We don't have any great music for build up, but we got 16. So we're going to move through them pretty quick, 2-3 minutes a piece. And so let's begin with the first one right now. The first exit strategy is obvious. Retailing. Retailing can mean a couple things. Okay. Retailing can mean, when you say retailing, you can mean fix and flipping. You might say it that way. You might say, I'm going to fix and resell, or maybe you say I'm going to rehab, or I'm going to something like that. That is retailing. All right. So after acquiring the property, especially if it needs work, right? You want to renovate it yourself and then put it back on the market and sell it at full retail value. That's retailing. That's why they call it retailing, because you're going to ultimately, your exit strategy is to sell it to a retail buyer on the retail MLS market, and they're probably likely to be moving into it to live there themselves. All right. The investor may then sell the property on the open market at a higher price. It says here in the blue, aiming to make a profit from the appreciation and improvements made. Have you ever retailed a house? If you've retailed a house, let me know. Put it in the chat, because I'd like to hear from you if you've retailed a house. This is a tough exit strategy, in my opinion. I've tried retailing houses. It is not for Justin. I can tell you that much. I do not like the responsibility and the weight of it all. It's really, really difficult. It's a challenge, okay? And I mean, you got to be a detail person, and you've got to be a manager, and you've got to be a security person, and you've got to be, you got to have all kinds of hats. Tough job being a retailer. It's not maybe so bad if you're really gifted in the contracting arts. In other words, if you're good at, doing the fixing yourself. Okay, so that's retailing. That's the first one. All right. So the second one, let's move on. The second exit strategy. Go ahead and put in the chat here if you've retailed before. All right, if you've retailed before. And number 2 is the buy and hold. Okay, now these seem obvious, but now because we got 16 of these, remember. So we're gonna get into some things you probably haven't heard. Stick around. Buy and hold, long-term straight rental. All right, so the investor purchases the property with the intention. You're the investor. You purchase the property with the intention of holding it for a short-term or long-term investment. Meaning short-term or long-term investment, meaning you may keep it in your portfolio for a year or 5 years or 15 years or 30 years, or maybe it's a even long-term play, more than that even. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, so the investor purchases the property with the intention of hanging on to it for a specific amount of time. This strategy focuses on generating rental income, passive, semi-passive, I'll say, because I'm not a big landlord guy either. Whew. I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of this exit strategy. Yeah. You guys are probably like, oh my gosh, you know what? He's two exit strategies deep, and he's already telling us he don't like any of these. I'm just saying they're awesome. Retailing, number 1, is awesome. I'm just not a retailer, man. I'm not a contractor guy. I'm not a manager of contractors. Okay. All right. Buy and hold. Hey, thank you, Iron Man. Yeah. Anybody done any buy and hold, short term or long term? Anybody? Put it in the chat. All right. Where you choose to hold the property indefinitely, maybe for a period of time, benefiting from the consistent cash flow and the potential appreciation you're getting there. Maybe you're paying down a note on it too. Okay. Yep. So that's buy and hold. All right. Buy and hold. What will be the third one? Anybody done a buy and hold? Go ahead and put it in the chat there, because we'd like to see. We do have a couple people who have done a buy and hold. Number 3, since we're talking about buying and holding, let's go ahead and start number 3. Number 3 is the 1031 exchange retirement investing exit strategy. All right, this is probably a lot like number 2, except folks are using their Roth IRA, self-directed, right? 1031 exchanges, retirement investing, also known as tax-deferred exchanges. Or this strategy allows investors to sell a property and reinvest the proceeds into a like-kind property without incurring immediate capital gains. Has anybody out there used a Roth IRA or done a 1031 exchange? Has anybody out there participated in one of these? How many out there want to do this? Ideally, all of us should be doing this. Cool. Ideally, we all should be doing this. If you know how to do real estate, you should be doing it in a self-directed Roth IRA. Yes or no? Agree or disagree? Put it in the chat. Okay, Iron Man Lou said he's done a 1031 exchange. There's some time frames here involved in all this. There's some rules that come into play here. We're not going to go into all the details, but this is an exit strategy that some investors use exclusively. And this is a way that they're building their retirement account. Okay, the retirement money is using this exit strategy. Number 3, a 1031 exchange retirement flip in that retirement account. Okay. All right. So that's number 3, a 1031 exchange. Yes. Yeah, we get some good positive chat about the 1031 exchange. All right, good. I'm glad you guys are here. All right, we're getting that now. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Number 4 is wholesaling or assigning. Wow. Yeah. See, this one was number 4. I know you probably would have guessed it to be number 1. And it may be number 1 most popular, but I don't know. That retailing is probably really, literally the number 1. All right. So number 4, though, on our list tonight is wholesaling or assigning. Wholesaling or assigning. This is, everybody knows you're a wholesaler, right? Oh yeah. Yeah. Are you the owner? Oh no. I just have the property under contract. I'm going to assign my contract over to an end buyer. Okay. Wholesaling or assigning, the investor acts as a middleman of sorts. Right? You're actually not really a middleman. So don't tell everybody you're a middleman, because you're not. All right. What you are is you're an investor representing your own interests, and your own interests, especially in this contract. That's a wholesaler and a assigner. Okay. You're going to assign your rights and privileges and responsibilities. You're going to assign it all over. Okay. That's wholesaling. It doesn't require an investor to own or renovate the property, and it usually doesn't require any money, which is why everyone gets involved in real estate using this particular exit strategy. I have done over 600 of these. So that is something obviously I like, right? Okay, I like doing this. So I recommend that you do a lot of wholesaling and assigning. Absolutely. Hey, thank you, Sheik. Thank you, Big Sheik. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 5. Number 5, wholetailing. Okay, wholetailing. A real estate investment strategy that combines the elements of wholesaling and fix and flip or retailing. That was number 1. It involves acquiring distressed properties at a discount, making minimal repairs, and then selling the property quick for a profit. Okay, has anybody in here heard of wholetailing? Has anybody done one? Because I've not done one. I'll be real with you. I've never done a wholesale. All right, I've never done a wholesale. I've done the retailing. I've done the wholesaling so far of the things we've mentioned. I've done the long-term buy and hold. I have not done a wholesale, but I can tell you from the folks that I do know that have done a wholesale that they like it and they claim to make gobs more money. I'll give you an example. An investor identifies a hoarder house and he gets a discounted price on it because it is a hoarder house. Has anybody ever been in a hoarder house? It is a really, really hoarder house in my mind. I'm picturing this hoarder house like there's only a path and it's a small, skinny one. Okay. What if you got it under contract and instead of just immediately flipping that to an end buyer that's going to retail it, okay, see, you're picking up the lingo now. You're becoming an investor. That's awesome. So what if instead of just quick flipping, assigning it to a retailer or a fix and flipper, what if you went in there and you had a dumpster delivered, or 3 or 4 or 5 dumpsters, and you had some guys help you from Craigslist, and you just emptied out the house of all the garbage and the trash and the filth and all the appliances with the bugs in them and everything, and then what you did is you put it on the market and you sold it to a buyer. Could you get a lot more money out of it? Oh, well, yeah. So this is a marriage of the retail and the wholesale, thus the wholetail. I don't like that. I don't like that word, the wholetail. It's hard to say. All right, well, let's get into number 6 here. It looks like we've got some folks here in the chat that said that they have heard of Hotel but not done one. Kenneth, William, Big Sheik. Yes, I'm all in the same boat, guys. To me, if you're going to do it, you might as well go all the way. Why halfway do the rehab? Why clean it up? I don't know. But again, other guys I know claim to be making just gobs and gobs of good money doing this wholesaling. Okay. All right. Number 6, short-term rental or vacation rentals. Hey, vacation rentals. What do we have for them, Johnny? We've got a weekend in Orange Beach, Alabama, at a condo that is a short-term rental, courtesy of Airbnb or Vrbo. All right, how many of you out there watching are interested in this particular exit strategy? You want to acquire properties to turn them into a short-term rental or a vacation rental with platforms like Airbnb or Vrbo. You rent out the property, and then you charge like a whole lot more money than you would any other regular rental. All right. So you guys know that you go to your Airbnb app and it's like $400 a night, and then there's another $200 cleaning fee or whatever. Crazy great rents in some of these. And you know what I've discovered is they don't all have to be in a nice coastal region or in a metropolitan downtown poppin' socialite area. They don't have to be there. They can be really literally in some really low income areas. I've learned that. That is true. I don't have that. I don't own that, but I've heard that. All right. So, but then there are some restrictions coming to in a lot of cities. My city's one of them, Kansas City, about the short-term rental stuff. And it's also in other cities where they're kind of cracking down on it, where they don't want so many short-term rentals anymore. All right, so that's number 6, short-term rentals. Number 7, are you ready? We're blazing through this. Everybody's ready for number 7. I did see in the chat here we have quite a few people who are interested in doing the vacation. Let me ask your advice. Put it in the chat. How do you plan to prepare yourself for the property management aspect of running a short-term vacation rental business? Because I'm looking for some answers too. All right. Okay. That's facts. All right. Here. Let's get to the next one. The next number 7 exit strategy: development and new construction. Investors can choose to develop vacant land or purchase properties for redevelopment. This is what I would call, in some cases, it would be development, where you're buying a vacant piece of land, perhaps putting a subdivision on it. I've also seen people buy retail MLS single family style houses, tear it down, and then rebuild a nice house on it. So that would be called a tear down rebuild. Okay. Tear down rebuild. Sorry, I forget about my stopwatch. I get to thinking about real estate. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lord. All right. Development and new construction. Investors choose to develop vacant land or purchase property for redevelopment, tear down, rebuild. Now, this strategy involves constructing new buildings or renovating existing structures to create value and generate profits. I have not done this either. Okay, is anybody now? I know a couple cats that have, and they have cleaned up. All right, I know a couple guys that have done this, and they have cleaned up. This is not one of my expertises. All right, I do have a lot of people that come to me and they say, Justin, will you coach us? Our ultimate goal is to have low income housing for folks that have needs. Okay, let's talk about that, because that could be number 7, but I'm going to propose that's not what number 7 is. I'm going to mention that later. How many of you here want to do that? I bet there's at least a couple, 2 or 3 people watching right now. We've got at least 18 people watching right now. Thank you for watching, by the way. And your goal is to ultimately build some kind of in the spirit of charity, something for homeless people, disabled people, people of little means, so on and so forth. Okay. Number 7 is not that. All right. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is developing raw land into a neighborhood, or finding a house that's in a gentrifying neighborhood, tearing it down and rebuilding a nice modern home that you can get big money for. All right. That's redevelopment, development, new construction. Okay. So that's that particular number 7. Again, let's take a break just for 20 seconds. And I want to remind you that over at shutupmoney.com, you can get the free course. All right. I just got a notification. Somebody scanned the QR code there. And I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering QR code. Like what does that even mean? I don't know. Like, I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me what QR means. God, it probably something horrible. All right. But anyway, somebody scanned that. Hey, thank you. Oh, somebody else just scanned it too. Thank you for that. So you can grab the free course in these places here, especially if you're into what we're talking about tonight. It would be a good idea. You're going to get a lot of great material. All right. And I mean material, meaning cheat sheets, contracts, worksheets, disclosure statements for each strategy type. All right. But anyway, let's get back to, we're going to go on from number 7 to number 8, and let's do that right now. Number 8, exit strategy, the master leasehold. See, this is one that I know that you weren't expecting, and I got you. I got it. All right. I know you weren't expecting this. The master leasehold. Now, this is one of my advanced maneuvers. I'm going to be talking about. Somebody else just scanned the QR code. Thank you. Here's the thing. In that workshop coming up on the 15th of July, I'm going to talk about my advanced maneuvers. This is one of them. So this exit strategy is one of my favorite advanced maneuvers. Instead of purchasing a property, just get a long-term rental agreement in place. Okay, the guy didn't want to sell it. Cool. What if you did this in commercial real estate? What if you expanded out of this single-family residence and what if you got a lease on a commercial building that would be great for a business? Maybe your business is already in it, and you got a 30-year lease. Yeah, it happens. 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. What if you got on a house? What if you got a 5-year lease agreement? Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just telling you, when you run into homeowners that don't want to sell, but they're okay with leasing, sometimes you can just sandwich lease something. You don't have to sandwich lease option it. You can just sandwich lease it. Okay. Sublease is what we would call it. So a master lease, where you sublease it to someone else. So you would pay $1,500 a month to the homeowner in your lease, but you're subleasing it to someone for $2,350. So you're making $850 a month. Okay, that kind of thing. All right, so that's number 8, the master leasehold. Has anybody ever thought about doing this? Okay, anybody? Hey, good advice, Ben, and good to see Sheik here in the comments. Iron Man Lou, thank you. Anybody ever tried to do number 8 here, a master leasehold? Anybody ever do that? Okay, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my advanced maneuvers. I'm going to talk about that in this workshop coming up. This is the workshop I was talking about. You can find that. There's a link in the free course. All right. If you want to attend this workshop, I've got some advanced maneuvers. The master leasehold is one of them that I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to provide you with paperwork and all that good stuff too. Okay. So you don't have to worry about any of that. Oh, I'm going to take care of you. All right. Let's get on to the next one. Number 9. We got a long road ahead of us. We're making good progress though. Okay. Number 9 is seller financing. That's right. What if you picked up a property with seller financing? Can you turn right around and use seller financing to sell it to someone else? Absolutely you can. All right, so let's take a look here at our cheat sheet that you'll get in the free course, by the way. And it looks a little bit like this. All right, so if you bought something with an all cash offer, could you sell it with, yeah, sure, with owner finance or seller finance? Sure, you could be the bank for somebody. You could be the seller that's financing it to somebody else. Could you take a property over subject to, and could you be making the payment for the homeowner? And could you turn around and sell it on a wraparound? Oh, yeah, you could. Could you sell it on a seller carryback or installment? Maybe not seller carryback, but installment for deed. Yeah, you could. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a wonderful idea. If you pick up a property with a subject to, why not sell it installment for deed or use a lease purchase? You see how when you pick up a property over here on the left side of the screen, on the left side of the chart, you use something on the right side over here to sell it off. So I don't know, just you lose more power as you move to the right as the owner of the property. So that's why you can look at the chart that way. Hey, I'm looking to acquire properties, especially if any way I can, but especially on the left-hand side of this chart. And then I'm looking to sell properties on the right-hand side of this chart. All right. Hopefully that's kind of a little bit of a cheat for you. Give you some thoughts at least maybe about how this works. All right. But you can definitely use seller financing to do an exit strategy, right? So you pick up a property with something creative, and then you turn right around and you use something creative again to create usually monthly cash flow, right? And eventually you're building equity here and money, right? All right, let's go on to number 10, everybody. Are you ready for number 10? All right, let's do number 10. Here it is. Number 10, seller, what? It didn't pop up. Hold on, there it is. Lease option assignment. Now, you guys know this is like probably my all-time. Yes. All-time favorite, lease option assignment. Why is it my all-time favorite? Well, if you ask the people that are in my coaching club today, they'll tell you, well, my guess is because, for example, today, Justin posted 15 hot yes leads in the VIP chat. Like, who wants them? Yes. See what I'm saying is there's just leads falling out of the sky, like a plethora of them. Like every day that you want leads, you can get them. And I'm not breaking the bank to get them. That's why I love this business. Because I can do business without breaking the bank. And I can make good money because when I get a property that is a rent to own and I'm looking to assign it, a lease option, I put a lease option property up on Facebook Marketplace in the first 72 hours, I probably have 200 people hit me up about it because you have something the people want. I'm just saying, if you're tired of swimming upstream, maybe consider this exit strategy. It's one of my faves. I don't even care about purchase prices anymore. I'm not caught up in it. We got advanced maneuvers to fix problems. All right, so has anybody done a lease option assignment before? Go ahead. I know some of my students have. God bless you for that too. Has anybody ever has anybody got the bravery to put it in the chat here? Yeah, I've done some lease option assignments. Put it in the chat. Let's see, because I want to see, is this everybody else's one of everybody else's favorites too, or am I just a weirdo? I think I'm probably just a weirdo, everybody. All right, I hope you're having a good time with me tonight. We're going to move forward here. We're going to go on to number 11, and here it is now. Section 8 or government subsidized rentals. How many of you here in the chat want to do this? This is an incredible opportunity. Okay, now you're going to get labeled. People are going to call you slumlord. They're going to call you, this and that, whatever. But here's the thing about Section 8 is it's guaranteed money every month. Okay? This is where investors participate in government subsidized rental programs like Section 8, where the government provides rental assistance to qualified tenants. So the landlord gets a guaranteed amount of money every single month, whether that tenant paid it or not. Okay? Now, how it works around here, at least, is they'll guarantee, let's say the landlord will get guaranteed like $850 a month. And then the tenant will actually have to pay an additional like $350 or something like that to the landlord too. Okay, so the whole rent will be like $1,150, but Section 8 guarantees $850 of that. Okay, so that's Section 8, and that's a strong exit strategy, y'all. Okay, I know a fellow here in town that I'm jealous of a little because he's got like 150 of these. It's pretty crazy. He's got like 150 of these, and you know what 150 times whatever the Section 8 rent is, $850, and he's buying these in near the war zone, and he's getting them super like practically next to nothing free, and then he's doing the minimal amount of rental rehab landlord work to it to bring it up to rental grade, to get it to the Section 8 code, because they have certain rules about the quality of the home and all that. So he gets it up to there, then he rents these out. He loves these little 2-bedroom bungalows. Yeah, see, you're thinking, 2-bedroom bungalow. Oh, no, I'd never touch that. Oh, no, this guy loves them. Section 8. All right, Section 8. All right, so that's number 11. Let's go ahead and get into number 12. Number 12 is student housing. Student housing, where an investor can target properties near colleges and universities to cater to student housing needs. This strategy can provide consistent demand and potentially higher rental income due to the specific student rental market. I'll give you an example. One time I did this in Lawrence, Kansas, which is, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a little school called Kansas University, but it's out there in Lawrence, Kansas. And I got a little 3-bedroom under contract. And what I got was I put it under contract with a lease purchase. That's right. And my exit strategy was to control that property with a lease purchase, turn around, and make it student housing. Very good idea. I learned some lessons doing that too. Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it. But I'm here to tell you, there's some good money in it when it's full. All right. When it's not full, I don't know. Maybe there's some things that I needed to know about managing it that I didn't know. And I didn't have a mentor in this particular exit strategy. Does anybody have an interest in doing this particular exit strategy? Let me tell you another really great thing to do is pick up a deal like this if you have a kid in school or about to go to school. Go ahead and get something under contract near the school, lease purchase, and then, your kid can stay there, but turn the thing into student housing where each bedroom becomes an income stream. Okay, just a thought. All right, that's number 12. And let's move on then to the next one. The next one is number 13. Affordable housing programs. Okay. Affordable. Sammy said best to rent to grad students. I am certain you're right about that. There was, that student housing thing. There's some tricks to that. I'm not going to say that's for everybody, but it's not really, but it might be for you. Number 13, affordable housing. Okay. Affordable housing. See, remember I told you that the tear down, rebuild, and the land development, all that is not affordable housing. We're going to talk about affordable housing. Well, here it is. Affordable housing programs. Investors can participate in affordable housing programs aimed at providing housing for low-income individuals or families. How many of you out there? No, you don't. Christian wants to know, he's not a citizen. Does he need a social security number to do contracts? Not in the United States. There is nothing in the United States that will prevent you, a non-citizen, either legally here or illegally here or residing in another country. There's nothing here to prevent you from purchasing real estate or controlling real estate by any of the methods we're discussing. Okay. All right, so the United States is completely open for you. Now, affordable housing programs, it involves working with the government agencies, and that can be a challenge. All right. Nonprofit organizations can be a challenge too. All right. So how many folks out there, is there anybody watching right now that really your heart is, okay, your heart right here is to make it in this world in such a way that you can offer affordable housing to homeless, disabled, so on and so forth, folks that are maybe perhaps just on the lowest end of our society. Okay. Is that your heart? Put that in the chat, because I've run into several people like that in my business. Kenneth said he would enjoy doing that. Yeah, I've seen several people who have told me when I ask people, and that's something you should start doing too, by the way, ask people what their goals are. Just you get to know folks. A lot of folks don't have goals, all right? But ask folks what their goals are, and I've asked enough folks that I've heard that a few times. Oh, I want to do some affordable housing for homeless people, or I want to do affordable housing for people who are getting started in life again, restarted, and things like that. All right, let's get over here to number 14. Number 14. Are you enjoying this? Put it in the chat if you're enjoying this. We've only got 16 to go, so we're down to the last 3. Let me know if you're enjoying this in the chat. We're going to do number 14 right now. Coming up. Boom. Corporate housing. Corporate housing. Corporate housing. What do I mean by corporate housing? I've done this too, and this is very nice. This is very nice. You guys have heard me, maybe some of you have been following me for a while, talk about a text message marketing campaign that I like to do from time to time, where I say something like, "Hi, I'm an executive looking for an executive style home. I found yours on Zillow." Okay, blah, blah. So this is the strategy that I'm referring to, okay? Now I'll use lease options. See, so in the context here, I'm probably going to acquire that property with that message using lease options, and then I'm going to offer that as corporate housing, fully furnished. A lot of times, not always. Okay. Corporate clients, business travelers, individuals in need of temporary housing. Now, some of you are like reeling in your mind. I can feel it right now. Like, when would this ever apply? Like, when is this an example? When would I ever know an executive that's going, okay, you're thinking too big. You're thinking Donald Trump. No. Nurses, travel nurses near a hospital, doctors, interns near a hospital. Okay. Other things like that where corporate housing is necessary. It's not always, corporate like, Google. No, like corporate, like, the places in town that bring in folk. All right. There's probably some in your area. And matter of fact, can somebody give us some examples in your area of corporate housing? Is there something that brings in people in your area where corporate housing actually exists? I gave you an example of the hospital with doctors and interns and nurses and travel nurses and so on and so forth. Also, other things that relate to hospitals. So the hospitals, and I think of that because that's where I'm familiar with here in my city. There's because KU Med Center is here, and there's a whole section of town that I know, I'm aware of, where people buy or they don't buy, but they come in and they're there temporarily. And if the house is furnished, great. I'll be here for a year, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years. I don't know. It's that kind of corporate housing or furnished rentals. Okay. So it can yield a higher rental rate and you can get a really good quality tenant too. All right. So that's why folks want to do this. All right, everybody. All right. Wake up out there. Wake up. Oh, there he is. Hey. Yeah. Wake up now. All right. I don't want to have to do that to you again. All right. Whoa, snap. There it is. Hey, get that off the screen. Hey, that's me trying to wake up, doing an ice bath, trying to improve my life. All right. They said, hey, they said, you want to improve your life? Getting a big old tub of ice water. I'm not sold on it yet, but I'm going to try some more. I'm going to try it some more. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into the last two. Number 15. This is a big deal right here. This is the home equity line of credit, HELOC investing. Now, this may not appear to be an exit strategy at first because it's not about exiting at all. Rather, it's about leveraging what equity you have in certain properties that you own to purchase more properties. Okay? To purchase more properties. 15 is home equity line of credit, the HELOC. Now, what is a HELOC? A HELOC is just exactly that. It's when a homeowner borrowing their equity. All right. So let's say a homeowner has a property worth $100,000. They only owe, I'm going to use basic numbers for you, so it's real easy. They only owe $70,000 on it. So they get a $15,000 line of credit, a home equity line of credit. Okay. So that means they don't owe 70 anymore. They owe 85 if they borrow the whole money. They've got 10 years to withdraw any of that money they want. It's just like having an extra bank account with extra 15 grand in it. And they can tap it when they want to. If they don't want to, they don't have to. But when 10 years is up, they got to repay it. And they have 20 years to repay it. Okay, so it turns into like a mortgage, for example. All right. So that's a home equity line of credit. Some folks use that home equity line of credit to fix and flip. Some folks use that home equity line of credit to buy properties, buy more properties. So they buy a property. It has a certain amount of equity in it. They refinance that, or they get a home equity line of credit. and then they use that money to go buy another property, and then they get equity in it, and then they pull the equity out of it and go buy another one, and then they just keep, and the chain keeps going on and on. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki talks about, how nobody gets rich in this system without using debt. And this is kind of what he's referring to. Okay, I know this is all real simplistic and basic, and you guys know that I'm a simpleton anyway, so that's just, I'm keeping it real light and everything. But here's the thing. It's a very viable exit strategy if you've got good credit. Okay. If you got good credit, maybe some cash too. All right. So this is a very good exit strategy. That's not really an exit at all, but rather a way to acquire more properties by leveraging. All right. That was number 15. Okay. All right. We need to stretch, right? We got to stretch because we got one more exit strategy we're going to talk about tonight. And then we're going to get into closing up here. Okay, so let's jump into number 16. HELOC. Actually, let's talk about HELOC real quick. Has anybody done a HELOC? Anybody done a HELOC? That's a very popular, hugely popular. Okay. I don't know. Looks like Kenneth has. All right, here we go. Number 16, the last one. Assisted living conversion or sober living. Okay. This is really, really popular now, guys. Very, very popular. Assisted living. Thank you, Kenneth. You're a sweet guy. Assisted living. Yes, not like a nursing home, but like assisted living. Okay. You might be living right next door to one right now and not even know it. They're coming to a neighborhood near you. Assisted living. Sober living also. And I mean, they're charging what, $2,000-$3,000? $4,000 or $5,000? What is the rents per person in an assisted living kind of situation or sober living? Somebody put that in the chat. What's the normal rent? What's the normal rent? I know it's a lot. It varies depending on the house and the deal, but it can be a lot of rent. Okay, kind of like the short-term vacation rental, assisted living conversion, or sober living. Now, there's a school of education that you got to get on how to run and manage that stuff too. But this is hugely profitable and hugely popular. Okay, I know of one or two folks that are dabbling in this arena. Okay, it says here, see a private home with caregivers to look. Kenneth says you can look after the residents. They charge up to $8,000 a person, and they might have this home built out where it handles 6 people maybe. Okay, so 6 times 8 it's only $48,000 a month. Now you do have expenses and you have responsibilities and you have things that you provide along with the home, like a caregiver 24/7, like food, like utilities, stuff like this. All right, entertainment possibly. All right, security. Anybody interested in doing the assisted living conversion or sober living? Anybody? All right, nobody, everybody. Not me. I'm not interested in it. That has been we have successfully gone through 16 transaction engineer exit strategies. I want to congratulate you. All right, you stuck around through this and everything. All right, and you're still with me. Many of you are. A few of you have dropped off. Hey, I get it. It's time to eat. It's time to go to bed. It's time to spank the kids, or maybe convince the wife that she ought to love you a little while longer. I don't know. It's getting late. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. But let's go ahead and plan on meeting back here next week, because I've got this guy coming for Build Your Creative Real Estate Website in less than an hour. That's a free workshop we're putting on, Hugo and I. And so you don't want to miss that. All right. That is next week, the day after the 4th of July. All right. The day after the 4th of July, that Wednesday. Hey, celebrate independence. Celebrate your freedom. Okay. Don't let anybody take it from you. Celebrate your freedom, but don't celebrate your freedom by shooting guns up in the air. All right. That's just crazy. All right. That's just crazy. All right. Celebrate your freedom by drinking a beer or, telling somebody you love them, but don't shoot a gun up in the air. What is wrong with people? Those bullets come down. They got to come down. Hey, next Wednesday, be here for that. We're going to build a website. And you're going to watch Hugo build a website from scratch right there in front of your eyes. And then you're going to be able to take the video and go copy it. Okay. Don't forget, if you haven't scanned the QR code or gone to shutupmoney.com, go ahead and do that now before we sign off. Sammy, thank you. If you want to see me privately, you can right here at shutupmoney.com. Get a one-on-one with me. All right. Love you guys. Hope you got something out of tonight. And try to keep it right to an hour. 16 exit strategies. Which one is your favorite? Go ahead and put it in the chat right now as we log out of here. Put it in the chat. What is the exit strategy that you saw tonight that you want to pursue in your real estate career? Okay, now I understand you'll use several of these, maybe not all of them, but you'll use a few of these in your career. But what's the one that's got you really, really, really excited? Go ahead and put it in the chat for me. And look forward to seeing you guys again next time. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody that's watching. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. On the back of your car. You can put it on the back of your car. I have to have a good lead. How about this? Cheap. Let's be either ready to either sell or rent. One or the other. And there's one more, you guys. They must want to talk to me. Wouldn't that be nice? You will have people call you. It's so effective. You will have people calling you, asking you if you take over other Ugly House Wholesalers. When you get tired of Ugly House Wholesaling, try Pretty House Wholesaling. These are literally everywhere. I bet you've got a few pretty houses for sale on your street. Let's talk soon. Hi, I'm Justin, and I've been in your shoes. I've invested thousands of dollars generating leads only to find out that almost always the deal numbers just did not align with my low cash offer. But then I discovered the power of creative real estate and everything changed. Hey there, aspiring real estate investors. Are you tired of the same old grind? I sure was. Searching for sellers who are going to be okay with your lowball offer? Well, I've got good news for you. The keys to success in today's market lie in becoming a creative real estate transaction engineer. And guess what? I've developed a free course just to show you exactly how I did it. Just imagine going from making cash offers on ugly homes to doing creative real estate strategies like subject to, wraparounds, seller carryback hybrids, contracts for installments or contract for deed, lease purchases, straight purchase options. That's what being a creative real estate transaction engineer is all about. With over 600 successful wholesale deals under my belt, I'm here to share my insights and empower you to achieve similar levels of success. My students around the world have achieved impeccable results, and I want you to join them. So how can you get started? It's simple. Just visit shutupmoney.com and sign up for my free creative real estate transaction engineer course. In just a few hours, you'll gain the knowledge and tools needed to start implementing these strategies. But wait, there's more. I'll even provide you with all of the necessary paperwork and agreements to get you started. It's all about taking action, really, and saying yes to leads more frequently. It's time to unlock your potential and become a creative real estate transaction engineer. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Start today and embark on a journey where you can confidently write deals whenever you desire or need to, Remember, the world of real estate is evolving, and being a one-trick pony is just a thing of the past. Embrace your creativity and engineer transactions that benefit everyone involved. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you inside the course. Sign up now at shutupmoney.com. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
You to remember the reason why you got involved in all this was so you could make lots of dough and go buy tons of cool stuff.
Like this new ice bath tub I bought off Amazon. I'm really scared to do this, y'all.